That was another perfect day for the market. Like I said last week, you get a few of these adding up, and it's impossible not to want to be bullish. And that's a little different than being forced to be bullish. Look at the risk radars. I've had the yellow light on stocks looking for us to make back the August losses. We did that today with the S&P getting above and basically to 56, but it was a little bit lower than that. That was the August high, like 55.60. So we got through it. So we make that whole round trip. We now put in two higher highs since we've come up off the bottom. I took the red light for stocks off on August 18th, 13th rather, and now we're green because not only do the technicals come all the way around, why would the momentum stop this close, like within 1% of the high? But even more importantly, is this is a really good fundamental development in the market so far. I really hope it holds because everything else on the risk radar actually lines up. And that to me is a very healthy arrangement. Stocks trending higher, while crypto still is trending down over the last several months. I'm a little worried about what the dollar might be telling us, but we'll get there in a second. S&P moving higher, getting through 56, putting in out multiple higher highs, technical full reversal from the August losses. That obviously puts the new highs in play. 10-year yield basically unchanged today. I actually kind of like this. Yeah, we're below 4%, but I actually like that right now the bond market's pretty calm. We've been sitting in the range now for a couple weeks. The low for the yield was in the middle of the deep stock selling. So stocks have come up and technically bond yields have two off their lows. That's what I generally want to see. Stocks up, yields up, tells you that we're seeing relief on the economy. Does that mean it's great data? Not really. We're still very much at risk for weak economic data. I think the market's going to stay very volatile data point to data point. But the fact that we've got Bitcoin below 60 and the crypto market still trending lower in the channel that we saw from Garrett, that's very clear on the chart, that tells me that the market is being a little bit more rational in its optimism, picking generally high quality companies, tech leading, that's key, big tech stocks leading, mathematically that's what bulls need, but not going overboard and just spilling cash into high risk, high beta investments. Some of the high beta stuff in stocks has been rallying, yes, so watch to see if that gets extreme, but the fact that the crypto markets aren't taking part right now, I think is huge. Because frankly, I still think there's a lot of worthlessness in that market. So if you're able to remove that kind of excess and almost tumor within risk assets to create the larger being more healthy through stock market strength, through higher quality companies, that to me is like the perfect outcome of all of this basically. Get rid of the excess, put money into the higher quality things. The dollar's concerning to me though, and that is a little bit problematic. I still don't think you want to root for the lower dollar. If we're getting beat up by the euro and we're getting beat up by the pound or we're getting beat up by the yen, then that basically means that the U.S. marginal advantage has shrunk significantly after being on top of the world post-COVID now for a couple of years. And that really has been a great environment for stocks. I don't think you want to watch the dollar collapse. I really think that only happens if there's bad events happening for our economy. So don't root for that dollar to go down. That's my only major hesitation. But there's the higher highs now for the S&P 500, clearing not just the August high, but also the little tick above that from July, mid-July too. It's a big technical deal. The other thing too is that the NASDAQ and the Russell leadership was really important today. To see both those trades working at the same time was so crucial. The reason why I originally took the green light off stocks on July 10th, which was the tick high for the NASDAQ, was because the rotation mathematically with the Russell ramping up there, that white line, as the NASDAQ peaked, that was not a good situation for bulls. But now that they're both coming up together, there's nothing more you could ask for here. At any moment, let's say jobless claims are horrible, okay, fine, then market will probably get hit. If Powell says that he's not going to give you 50, the dollar starts to rise, but that probably means the economy is doing better. So it seems like we're in pretty great shape right now. Have a great night.